Hi guys, thank you for joining me. I am so happy you're here. I am home, staying home, trying to stay safe and healthy, and I hope you're all doing the same. For this video, it's a pretty quick one. I'm using the Trinity Stamps Folded Hug, and I was inspired by their packaging because I love those colors, so I went to my Copics collection and tried to find the colors that best match the colors on the packaging. It's a little homage to Trinity Stamps. I am so grateful to be on their creative team, and I want to just give a huge shout out to Tanisha. She's so wonderful and gracious, and I'm just very thankful to be on her team. All right, moving forward, I'm using a Neenah Cardstock 110 pounds and 80 pound, and I'm going to basically use Copics and these stripes to create my panel on a diagonal. And I'm going to color my panel with the quote-unquote Trinity colors, and I'm going to use those stripes there as my dividers between the colors. I was going to use them originally as masks I put temporary tape on, temporary glue on the back to make them just tacky, where you can just peel them up, but then I decided to just glue them on as stripes and just leave it at that. So here I'm just adding my colors quickly. Just, what's nice about Neenah, the Copics blend nicely, and Vellum's going to cover most of it anyway. Now this Vellum I had gotten from Cardstock. They have really wonderful choices of Vellum. I believe this is, it's either 48 or 60. I have to look it up. I will have it linked below. I forget the weight on the Vellum, but the heavier the Vellum, the thicker it is, the more opaque it is. So keep that in mind. This Vellum is also good. It's so heavy that it's good to make card bases out of, which is something I like to do periodically as well. It's a really elegant, beautiful look to it. So here I'm just adding some glue to the back of my stripes. Yes, to the back of my stripes and to my panel. And once they are all done, I'm going to just trim them off with my anti-stick scissors. And believe it or not, the glue still sticks to them. But I do love these scissors. I'm very, very fond of them. I only use them when I cut sticky or gluey things. Gluey. Is that a word? That's why I'm using it. It's gluey in my book. All right, next step here is I'm just using the Folded Hug stamp from Trinity, and I'm putting that on the heavyweight Vellum. I'm lining it up, making sure I have enough. One time I stamped it, and I went low, and I realized, wait a minute, it's going to be off center of my card. So you want to make sure that you kind of get it the height where you want it to be on your card panel. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to figure out. I'm making the creases on my Vellum so I have an idea of where to line up my sentiment. I don't want it to be too high or too low. So that's what I did. Once I got that centered, I'm using a ton. Okay, I can't stress this enough. A ton of powder. I go overboard with the powder because I have a problem with embossing. I always get strays. I always wonder, how do people get embossing powder so nice and neat looking? And I struggle with that. So I happen to use a lot of powder, and that helps me. So once I have that stamped, you're going to see, even though I stamped it twice, I didn't press hard enough on the U and the G. And you're going to see I didn't get a full impression there. So I'm going to show you a little tip, trick, or hack on how to fix areas or gaps in your white embossing powder. Here I'm using a Sakura Jelly Roll pen, number 8. I have the 05, the 8, and the 10. I highly recommend these pens. And they're great to fill in small little areas that you have little gaps or spots you miss, granules that missed, and kind of draws your eye into it. So this is a good way to fix that. And hopefully the recipient won't notice it. I tend to notice it because it's something I made, but hopefully the recipient won't notice it unless they look really hard at it. So now that we got that done, I'm going to wind up taping the back with just regular tape, Scotch tape. I try to use tape when I can to save on my liquid glue or my tape runner. Why not, right? No one's going to see it, and it does the same job. Why not save a little bit here and there, right? That's my motto. So once that's taped, I'm going to glue this down to my panel. And I also want to see those little stripes on the side. Those are what I trimmed off my panel to give it, I think it was 4 by 5 1/4. And I didn't want those to go to waste. So I don't know about you, but I tend to stamp and decorate the insides of my cards. I think that looks nice. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to use these hearts. I was going to use these hearts to disguise the glue to get my vellum to stick down better on the sides. It was kind of bowing up a little bit, but I decided against that, and I used these stripes instead, and I just adhered my vellum down that way. And those hearts and those stripes, I didn't want them to go to waste. Somehow I didn't film that, where I glued on those to the inside of my card. I don't know what happened to that footage. I think I hit pause and I forgot to hit record again. I apologize. However, I do have a photograph of the inside of my card. If you would like to see that, that will be at the end here. You'll see it. One of the pictures at the end of the video, it's in there. You can see the inside of the card. I didn't show me stamping the inside of my sentiment because I didn't want it to be on video. I wanted that to be a little more personal for the recipient. So I kind of left that out. But you will see the stripes and the hearts on the inside of the card in the photograph. And that's it, folks. So thank you so much for stopping by. And I hope you all stay home, stay healthy, stay safe, wash your hands. And I would really appreciate it if maybe you liked and subscribed, if you don't mind, and comment below. Let me know if you like this video and if you decorate the inside of your cards. Please check out the Trinity shop when you get a chance. They have a lot of new goodies coming out. Have a great day, guys.